I got blood on my hands right now, and I'm stumbling through the dark in the dawn. I have found new ways, but no, I can't be the one that you need.
Hey guys, it's Yaya and welcome back to my channel. Today we're making a charcoal detoxifying whipped soap. Super excited for this one, you guys. Happy Halloween. I hope it fits the theme. We're gonna go ahead and jump right into the video today. I have two formulas. One is a creamy, smooth, silky whipped soap, and the other one is one that is pipeable, so it's a little bit thicker. So I will leave both formulas down in the description box below so you guys can check it out and follow along with me through the video. Alright, so let's get started. I'm starting with the creamy formula. This formula can easily be put into a squeeze bottle or into a jar. It's silky and smooth and just beautiful. Beginning with the surfactant phase, my primary surfactant is SurfPro SCI. This is a great foaming and cleansing agent. It's mild, is biodegradable, and sulfate free. I'm going to be pairing that with diesel glucoside and cocoa betaine. These are also foaming and cleansing agents. They are natural and mild. They're going to boost the cleansing and foaming properties of this formula, but it also is going to help to solubilize the SCI. SCI is practically insoluble in water, so do not try this with water. Use other co-surfactants, okay? Mix your surfactants until they become a thick paste and then set it to the side. We're going to come back to it later. Next up is our water phase. This is where you want to add all of your water soluble ingredients. I am using Butylene Glycol. This is going to be my humectant, as well as helping to preserve the fragrance I'm going to add later and keeping the smell from reducing, okay? I'm adding that, of course, to my distilled water. Everything that's in the water phase needs to go into your solvent, which will be the distilled water. Mix it in well in between each ingredient. Next, I'm adding Sorbitol. This is going to help to thicken my formula and also act as a skin conditioning agent and also a humectant. So that's it for our water phase. Set it to the side and we're going to come back to it later. Let's go ahead and move on to our oil phase. To act as my thickener and emulsifier, I'm adding Stearic Acid. As long as Stearic Acid is used at 10% or less, SurfPro SCI will act as an emulsifier, therefore allowing the Stearic Acid to act as a co-emulsifier. It's going to help to stabilize the product and give it that beautiful, fluffy, buttery texture that we're looking for. Next up is the detoxifier, which is activated charcoal. I'm sure you guys have heard a lot about this beautiful ingredient. So I'm adding my activated charcoal to my oil phase. I just wanted to make sure that it was evenly dispersed throughout the entire product. I believe you can also add it to glycerin and add it during the water phase if you prefer, but I just thought this way would work best for me. You can also add the charcoal at your cool down phase, but I feel like it'd be a little hard to get the even color that you want. Okay, so now that we have all three phases, all that's left to do is to place them in the water bath so that they can heat on up and then melt down our stearic acid so that we can combine these phases to get one homogeneous product. So the first thing I'm going to do is add my water phase into my oil phase. Don't be shocked if you see that the water and the oil are not combining. That's because we have not added our emulsifier yet, which is the SCI. So we have to wait until we add our surfactant phase. Once we add our surfactant phase, everything is going to come together as one homogeneous, beautiful, beautiful product. Alright, so now that we have everything combined, we're just going to mix it all together until we get this slightly gooey, I'm not really quite sure what this is, but it looks creepy, right? Perfect for Halloween. So this is the consistency that you're looking for, and we're going to go ahead and place this in the freezer. You can also let it sit out at room temperature if you like. It'll just take a little longer for it to just stiffen up and harden, but I placed mine in the freezer. I believe I left it in there for maybe a good 15 to 20 minutes, just enough to cool down so that I can add my preservative and my fragrance oil. Usually anything below 122 is pretty good, and then you also want to make sure your preservative works with pHs that might be slightly higher, especially when you're working with soaps. Okay, so this is the consistency I'm left with. I'm going to go ahead and place it back in the freezer one more time, and yeah, this is what I'm left with here after whipping it up. It is just super creamy, silky, beautiful and I was loving it. But I definitely wanted to be able to pipe this, and this just was not going to happen. This is just so fluffy and beautiful. It just was not pipeable. I put it in the freezer a couple of more times just to kind of help it thicken up, but after whipping, it still went back to that beautiful silky creamy texture. So this is the final results of the creamy formula, and I'm just going to place this into a jar. It came out great. I really do love it, but I wanted something a little thicker, a little bit more stable that can be piped into the jar. So I went on and reformulated so that I can get something a little thicker, you guys. So that is going to be our piping formula, which we're going to go into right now. So for the piping formula, I'm using the same exact ingredients. I just tweaked a few of them. For the Surf Pro SCI, I definitely increased this. I wanted to make sure that the formula was thick enough and that I had a lot more hardeners in my soap, okay? So I went on and added the surfactant blend that I added last time, and I mixed it up until it became a thick paste. I did notice this time it was an even thicker paste. It wasn't as creamy as last time. I'm going to add all of my ingredients into one container, and I'm going to heat them all up at the same time. So I went on and added my stearic acid as well as my charcoal, just like last time, but this time I'm adding it directly into the same container, and we're going to heat these all up at once. So once my stearic acid had melted down and the surfactant phase was a little softer, I went on and added my water phase. So this process definitely seems a lot easier and a lot faster. I just mixed all of the phases together, and then I'm going to allow them to heat up. I continued to heat them up and mix them together until they became that gooey texture that it was similar to the first formula, but this one was definitely a lot thicker. I can definitely tell the difference in consistency between the first formula and the second formula, so watch out for that depending on what exactly you're looking for. There could possibly be some tells before you get to the final product. And that's it, you guys. I just placed it in the freezer to stiffen up before whipping. So you can definitely tell the difference between this formula and the first formula. The first formula was definitely creamier after whipping. This one is a lot stiffer, but trust me, it's exactly what you want it to be. All right, so go ahead and add your preservative and fragrance once your temperature has come down a little bit. Mine definitely came down fast because it was in the freezer. You can definitely whip this at room temperature. It probably will be easier and probably take less time. This did take forever, but guys, do not give up on it. Keep whipping and you're going to get this beautiful, fluffy, thick texture that you're looking for. That's going to be perfect for piping. Okay, so now I'm just going to do a quick comparison between the creamy formula and the piping formula so you guys can see the difference. If you have this really creamy, beautiful texture, it's not going to be able to pipe. It's so beautiful. You can definitely put it in a squeeze bottle or in a jar, and it feels amazing when you're using it. I absolutely love this formula, but it's just not good for piping. Now, if you get something looking like this, you're probably gonna be like, this is not right, but it is. I promise you guys, this is what you want if you want a formula that's thick enough to pipe. So let's go ahead and test it out. Anybody who's been following my channel knows that I'm really not good at piping, never have been. But this formula was so thick and beautiful. I mean, it's just, you would really have to be trying not to get the piping right, not to get it right. It was perfect. So beautiful, so thick, and actually super soft, you guys. I know, like I said, you want a thicker texture, but this is still so lovely. The texture is fluffy and airy. It reminds me of like a chocolate mousse that you would have on like a dessert or something. You guys, I'm telling you, it's so beautiful. I really am happy with the outcome of this piping formula. So yeah, guys, I really would love to hear what you think about this, and would you give it a try. Definitely gonna keep testing this one out, probably with some different colors as well, and some different ingredients, active ingredients as well. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how this turned out. These are 4-ounce jars. So the first formula was able to make 2 8-ounce jars, and then the second formula was able to make 2 4-ounce jars. All right, you guys, so this is the final result. What do you think? I absolutely love them. I just used some jars that I had hanging around left over from doing orders, you guys, and yeah, I just really love how this came out. Just very beautiful. My favorite has to be in the frosted jar. I don't know, it does something to it, gives it like this icy look to it. But I was testing it out in different jars. I definitely like the 4-ounce jars because of the piping for sure. So let me know which one you guys like the best. Leave a comment down below. Let me know which container you like the best for the Charcoal Detoxifying Whipped Soap. Just beautiful. Look how pretty, you guys. So pretty and fitting for Halloween at the same time. So I'm just gonna do a really quick demonstration, you guys, just so you can see the difference in texture for both. This is of course the creamy texture, and then I'm also gonna show you guys the piping texture as well. Look how beautiful. Oh my god, so beautiful. It's so soft and smooth. I just love it. Alright, you guys, that's it. There are really no words to describe just how soft and creamy this foam is, and it's so beautiful, and it creates foam instantly, you guys. I know dipping my hand in the water doesn't really demonstrate that quickly, but I had to really work it around. But if I use this at my sink, I promise you, instant foam, beautiful luscious bubbles. Just beautiful, you guys. Definitely leave a comment down below if you like this. Leave a request if you have other requests for other DIYs that you would like to see. Thank you guys so much for watching. Always hit the notification bell, you guys, please. It is literally the only way you'll know when the next video comes out. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.